Welcome to another Nintendo Switch video on the channel. In this video I want to talk about Paladins for the Switch because it does seem unlikely for the game to come out for the Switch. So pretty much senior producer for Paladins, Todd Harris, said not at this time when asked about Paladins for the Switch. The current focus is on PC, Mac, Xbox One and PS4. It has recently been released for PS4 and Xbox One. I do believe it is in beta or beta for PS4, Xbox One. So yeah, there is a lot to focus on with those platforms, and I do believe the team behind Paladins is quite small, but I just thought with the lack of Overwatch for the Switch at this moment in time, I thought it would have been a good opportunity for Paladins to come out for the Switch, just because I do believe there is an appetite from Switch owners for that sort of game. And it's safe to say that Overwatch, Paladins and Battleborn, they are very similar games, but I guess the most popular one, and for me the better one, is Overwatch. But I have been interested in playing Paladins, so I would have definitely played Paladins for the Switch. And if you look at the shooters currently announced for the Switch at this moment in time, there isn't a lot there. We've only got Splatoon 2 and Payday 2 from the top of my head. I don't believe there are any other shooters out there. I do believe there is a shooter adventure game, I think called Retro. I can't remember the name of it, but it's not really a competitive like PvP sort of shooter game like what Splatoon and Payday 2 are. So I think Paladins, I think it would have done quite well on the Switch. I know a lot of people saying, oh, it's a free-to-play game, Nintendo are against free-to-play games, and that is probably a main reason why Paladins can't come out for the Switch. But a lot of people forget that Nintendo have released or supported free-to-play or freemium games on their previous platforms. It's like Lost Reavers, which is a game made by Bandai Namco, is a free-to-play game on the Wii U. So the fact that Paladins is a free-to-play game isn't a barrier at all in terms of it coming out for the Switch or not. I think the main barrier is that Paladins has a very small team behind it, and the game is in beta for the PS4 and Xbox One, so they've got a lot to work on in terms of getting that game ready for the PS4 and Xbox One, and of course supporting the game for the PC and Mac as well. So maybe a Switch version would have been too much for that team to handle, but like I said, I think there is an appetite for that sort of experience on the Switch, so I think they would have done quite well. It's like, I know Overwatch, I've played a lot of Overwatch. I would prefer to see Overwatch on the Switch, but having said that, I'm currently a little bit burnt out on the game at the moment, especially on the loot box drop rates. I'm sort of a little bit cheesed off with those drop rates. It has been recently revealed that legendary loot boxes or legendary items appear in every 13.5 loot boxes, and pretty much to get these loot boxes you either level up, which pretty much takes around about an hour to level up if you are not in a group, slightly less if you are in a group, just because you do get a 20% XP bonus. But it takes quite a long time to grind to get loot boxes, and it's annoying when, especially in events where you do flip in get, you see a yellow icon from your loot box and all what it is just a non-event legendary. It really does annoy me, so that sort of stuff has sort of turned me off from Overwatch. But I have definitely enjoyed the game, but my main sort of aim for Overwatch, once I've played all the maps, once I've experienced all the heroes, it's like I am approaching 200 hours into Overwatch at the moment, so my main aim now is to get the legendary skins for the characters that I like to play as. So it's definitely, especially in events, I'm sort of getting turned off by Overwatch at this moment in time, and I have heard with Paladins, you know, the loot boxes, they drop more often, and you do get more items, or you know, the item drop rate is a lot better than what it is in Overwatch. So I definitely would have been interested to try out Paladins for the Switch. I guess I could just, you know, try out the game for the PS4, but yeah, I definitely would have, you know, played the game on the Switch. And I think, like I said, I think, you know, the more shooters that come out for the Switch, the better, just because the Switch is sort of light in that genre at the moment. Maybe that will change with E3 on the horizon. But yeah, Paladins, I would have definitely tried it out. But yeah, like I said, I think, you know, the more ideal option is if we did get Overwatch for the Switch. But it doesn't seem like that is happening anytime soon. I just think Paladins could have taken advantage of that, and I definitely would have checked it out. Even though it is like a carbon copy of Overwatch, and I'm more of a fan of Overwatch. And when I have seen Paladins, when it did, you know, reach the news last year, I just thought, oh my god, I'm just copying Overwatch. I do believe, actually, I could be wrong on this, but I do believe Paladins was actually in development first. I could be wrong on that. So I think maybe Blizzard copied Paladins. I could be wrong on that, but because I've played Overwatch more, I just see Paladins as just a clone of Overwatch. So that is why I haven't really been, you know, interested to try out the game in the past, like, you know, to download it from a PC. But now that it is out on the PS4, maybe I will try and check the game out. Like I said, I am slightly cheesed off with Overwatch with the drop rate in the loot boxes. I've never bought a single loot box, and I will never buy a single loot box. I'm just not the sort of guy that supports microtransactions in full price games. I know it does support, you know, the devs, and it does mean that we will get, you know, free DLC like new heroes and new maps, but I'm just not a fan of, you know, paying for loot boxes. So I always grind out for stuff. And I just think the grind in Overwatch is pointless, especially in events when, you know, it takes a while to get these legendary drops, and when you do get these legendary drops, it's either a duplicate, and when you do get a duplicate, the coins that you get back is really small, and, you know, if you don't get a duplicate, it's either a non-event legendary, and you can get them any time of the year. But with event legendaries, once that event ends, you can't get those skins at all. So that is why I am really cheesed off with Overwatch at the moment. So I would have probably given Paladins a chance, but it doesn't seem like Paladins will be coming out for the Switch anytime soon. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. That is it for this video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.